We are live now. Mm, okay. Yes. So again, thank you so much, all of you. Welcoming the three of you. You all have been very consistent throughout the sessions, and I hope more people will join in as the session progresses. So the agenda for today. So today we are going to, cover again three shlokas only. Unfortunately, I'm not getting much time, from my office work and family commitments to look into these weekly sessions, like covering five shlokas, because I also need to prepare. And but yeah, hopefully things will improve over a period of time, and then we can have regular five shloka sessions. Okay. And another very important announcement that the next week's session may remain cancelled because I'm again traveling, and I hope this stops soon. But yeah, because I'm also exhausted. But these are some important things that important things that I have to close maybe this year itself. So yes, because of that, I have to make back and forth arrangements. Okay, so it may remain cancelled. I'll confirm by Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. I'll give a proper confirmation on that. Okay. Um, so agenda for today is that we will be covering three shlokas, and out of which one of the most important shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Uh, we will be covering shloka number 7, 8, and 9 today, and out of which the shloka number 7 is very important. Okay, because this is one shloka which redefines the whole course of the Bhagavad Gita. Actually, okay, we will see how. And yes, without further ado, I'll just like to start. I'll first do some Mangala Charan to invoke some auspiciousness, and then after that, we can go shloka by shloka. Those who know this Mangala Charan can just chant along with me while staying on mute. Those who don't know, please try to listen very intently, because listening is also very, very purifying. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenbandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघते गिरि यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरि ओम तत्सत. Okay, so as usual, I'm going to dedicate this session to my spiritual grandfather and founder Acharya of ISKCON, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I would also like to dedicate this session to my spiritual master and my Diksha Guru, His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj. I hope they all are very pleased by this humble attempt of mine. Just give me a second. Okay. So how many of you can read today? Can you please raise your hands and give me an indication? Okay, Ivana Mataji is there. Anyone else? Okay, no worries. Just me and Ivana Mataji will read. That's fine. So let me share my screen. So Mataji, we will not read the translation today. Sorry, we'll read the translation today. We will not read the purport. Okay. Purports are long, so I will touch upon the important points from the purport, and rest all of you can go back and just give it a reading, or maybe you get some time, try to read even further shlokas as well. Okay, so that while coming for the next session, you all are like pretty nicely prepared. So just please repeat after me, Mataji. Okay. This is the most important shloka, one of the most important shlokas of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, this actually changes the entire course of Bhagavad Gita. We'll see, like in the explanation part, how does that. Okay. So Mataji, you can please repeat after me. Karpanya doshopahata swabhavah.
कार्पण्य दोषो
Pahata swabhavah.
वहत स्वभावः
पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेतः.
पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसमुदचेतः
यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे.
यच्छ्रेयांस्यन् निश्चितं ब्रूहि
यश्रेयस यश्रेयस्यान्
यच्छ्रेयस्यान्
निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे.
निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे
शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्.
शिष्यस्य हां सधि
मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्.
मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्.
Please read the translation.
Now I'm confused about my duty and have lost all the composure because of my miserly weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
Nice. We'll see in the explanation. We'll try to go through the purport as well. Okay. All right. So, and can anyone recall, like, what did we discuss in the last session? What was one most important thing that happened in the last session, last discussion? What did we see from Arjun's side?
He gave arguments of why he should not fight.
Yes,
What
exactly.
will he gain by fighting? He questioned that to Krishna.
Correct, exactly. So he gave the fifth reason for not fighting, right? Four reasons we already know. Like, I hope let me repeat it once again, if I myself can recall. First was the compassion towards his family members, right? So he was overwhelmed with compassion. Secondly, he was thinking that the sins will overcome us if we, kill our own kinsmen. Okay. Third, he said that, okay, if the third reason he gave was that the Varn Shankara population will increase. Okay, if family traditions are destroyed, the entire family is destroyed, then the Varn Shankara population will increase, and that will cause havoc in the society. Okay, and finally, fourth reason that he gave was, can anyone help me out here? Yes, loss of enjoyment. Okay, that was that. If we kill our own kinsmen, then with whom we will enjoy this entire kingdom after winning. Okay. So these were the four reasons which Arjun actually gave for not fighting. And in the last session, we saw that he gave the another one fifth reason for not fighting, and that was his indecisiveness. Okay, that he was not able to make up his mind that whether he should fight or whether he should not fight. Okay, so some of the questions which were there in his mind and which were causing bewilderment were: should I fight or should I not fight? Should I fight or should I go and beg for living? Okay, also on one hand he was thinking that, okay, I'm a Kshatriya, my dharma is to fight, so I should fight. But at the same time, he was saying, there was another part of him which was saying that, but on the other side, your own family members are there. Then how can you fight with them? especially people whom you have considered as worshipable, like Dronacharya and Bhishma Pitama, right? So these great stalwarts were there on the opposite side, and he was supposed to fight with them. So this is the reason why he was bewildered and he was confused. Okay. And similarly, another question was that even if I fight, then who will be victorious? Whether it will be us or whether it will be them. Okay. Similarly, another question was, even if I win, then he was saying that, oh Krishna, I will still have no desire to live after killing my own kinsman. Okay. So all these points were continuously going on in his mind. He was contemplating, and then utterly he was just completely confused. Okay. And with so much of confusion, okay, in his mind, Arjun was, like his mind was completely taking him for a ride. Okay. And Arjun was completely bewildered, and with in that state of mind, he did what is the best thing to do. Okay. He approached the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, to get some solution from him. Okay. Now, in the beginning of this session, I said that this particular verse is one of the most important verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, and the reason why is that it is the turning point, of the Bhagavad Gita, one of the turning points of the Bhagavad Gita, because beyond this, it will not be the same. Okay, till this point, we have seen that Krishna and Arjun, they were both interacting as close friends. Okay, that Krishna was asking him to fight, he was encouraging Arjun to fight, but Arjun was giving counter arguments for not fighting, just like two friends are conversing with one another. Okay. But at this point of time, okay, Arjun actually surrenders to Krishna. Okay. He just says that, okay, from now onwards, I am your disciple, you are my spiritual master. Please tell me for certain that what should I do and what should I not do. Okay. And once you surrender to Krishna, once anyone surrenders to Krishna with their full heart and soul, Krishna actually himself takes the charge of their lives. Okay. And then after that, you just have to follow Krishna's instructions. That's it. Okay. So exactly now what Krishna is going to do. Okay. So till now, Krishna was encouraging him to fight. Arjuna was giving counter arguments. But now, from this moment on, once Krishna starts speaking, he takes up the role of the spiritual master of Arjuna. And now, once he starts speaking, what happens? He will not give any chance to Arjuna to speak and put any, further counter arguments. Okay. So we'll see. He just speaks out the Bhagavad Gita, which is what to say. Gem of a life manual for each and every single one of us. Okay. So we'll see how it goes. So now in this particular shloka, what Arjun is saying, Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava. Okay, that means he's saying that my nature of Kshatriya, of being a Kshatriya, is being afflicted. Okay, and I have no desire to fight. Now, why? Because of a dosha, because of a fault or a defect in me. And what is that dosha? That dosha is the possessiveness, his possessiveness about his own family members and relatives. Okay, he was seeing his family members and relatives on the other side, and he was actually getting overwhelmed with compassion. How can I fight with them? How can I endure them? And because of which, he had no desire to fight at all. Okay. So in the previous verse, he says, and we see that, how much overwhelmed Arjun was very pretty evident in the previous verse. He says that, oh Krishna, even if I, fight and kill them, I myself will have no desire to live after that. Okay. So this is the dosha. Okay. That because, see, he's like, being over possessive about his family members. This is the fault within him. Okay. And why is this fault within him? Because of karpanya. Okay, what is meaning of karpanya? Karpanya means lack of knowledge of self-realization. So because Arjuna was on the bodily platform, okay, and he was completely attached to the family members, so that self-realization was not there. That I am a spirit soul and this is my body. Okay, my eternal uh, uh, constitutional position is to be a humble and loving servant of Krishna. Okay, that is the actual self-realization when it is understood theoretically and when it is actually implemented practically in your actions as well. Okay, then we say that a person is situated in self-realization. Just by knowing that, okay, I'm a spirit soul and my eternal constitutional position is to be humble and loving servant of Krishna, that is not just sufficient. All of us know that, right? But how many of us are actually implementing that, trying to implement that in our day-to-day lives? Right? Very few of us. Very few of us. Correct? So that is the concept here. Okay. Then what does this dosha result in? It results in upahata swabhava. That means his basic nature is getting afflicted. His basic nature of being a kshatriya is being, getting afflicted. Kshatriyas are always ready to fight, right? It's a very, very rare occasion that, that desire for fighting is killed within a kshatriya, okay, in this situation. So that is the reason why Arjun is actually, he's saying that karpanya docho pahata swabhava. Okay. So, and what does this lead to? This leads to dharma sammudha cheta. That means confused indecisiveness, about one's duty. And we have seen, like we have in last several verses, we have seen how confused and what was the state of mind of Arjun at this point. Okay. So, as I mentioned earlier, that till this point, Arjun was sharing very friendly relationship with Krishna. Krishna was asking him to fight, and he was counteracting with his own arguments. Okay, just like two friends do. Okay, but now he says that, okay, I surrender completely unto you. You are my spiritual master, and please guide me. Okay, that what is best for me, tell me for sure. And in order to convince Krishna, so it might happen, that if two friends are, talking, and then one says that, okay, I surrender unto you, then the other might say that, why are you surrendering unto me? Okay, you can go and surrender to someone like Vyasadev. Okay, like, and even if you surrender unto me, when I say something, will you try to follow that? Will you actually execute that? Correct. So, in order to convince Krishna that he's a fully surrendered soul unto Krishna's lotus feet, he says that Shishyasteham Shadhimam Swam Prapannam, that I am your disciple, you are my spiritual master, now please instruct me. I'm a soul surrendered unto you. Okay, please instruct me. So, this is how, like Arjun has surrendered to unto Krishna. And after this point, once he says that, okay, you are my spiritual master, I am a soul surrendered unto you, the entire scene has changed now. Okay, prior to this verse, there were only just two friends arguing, but now one will take up the role of a guru or the spiritual master. Okay, and then he will give us the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so what is the learning, which we can derive from this particular verse? Okay, so the learning is that we see here that Arjun is in completely in material perplexities. He's perplexed by all the situation, around him, actually. And the same is true for each and every single one of us in this world. This material world is full of material perplexities. Okay, and do we invite these perplexities in our lives? No, we don't, right? No one wants to be, very uncomfortable in an uncomfortable situation, in a problematic situation. Okay, but it seems that in each and everyone's lives, the problems, they simply keep coming up out of nowhere. Okay, and very nicely, Srila Prabhupada has explained from the purport. I'll try to read it from here. He has given a very good analogy, actually, of a forest fire. Okay, let me see. So he's talking about the perplexities. They are like forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is that perplexities of lives automatically appear, okay, without our wanting such confusion. Okay, no one wants to invite these perplexities in their lives. Okay, but they simply come, in our lives. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place, and we become perplexed. So, the Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the science of the solution, one must approach the spiritual master who is in disciplic succession. Okay, this is very important. We must approach the right spiritual master or a right guru to take the help. Okay. So now, who is the person in material perplexities? Okay, who doesn't understand the real problems of life? Okay, generally what happens, like when we are, growing up in this society, okay, when we have people around us, right from our childhood, it has been, fed into our minds that you should have a good education, you should get a good job, you should have a better salary. And when we get the job, then, promotion, getting a house, getting a partner, things like that become very important. And we think that, okay, these are the problems of our lives which we have to solve. Okay, but none of these are actual problems of life. Okay, we will see what real problems of lives are of our life are in the next verse. Okay, but for now we should understand that promotion, getting a house, getting the right partner is not are not basically the real problems of life. Okay, so what Prabhupada is mentioning, that any person who doesn't understand the real problems of life, they are sure to be perplexed, by the situations of this material world. Okay, and those who don't know these problems, they are always put into material perplexities. Okay, always this the nature of material world is like that, that it's ever changing and it's dukhalayam. Okay, that is what Krishna has mentioned. Okay, you will hardly find, even if you find some happiness, it's either illusory or it comes after a lot of effort, basically. And it's not worth it actually. So, as suggested by this verse, we should approach a bona fide spiritual master. Okay, now comes to the qualification of a guru or a bona fide spiritual master. Like, who is a bona fide spiritual master? How can we identify that, okay, this person is fit to become a guru? Okay, if you try to get advice from 10 different people, they will give you 10 different advices. Okay, but we have to find the right person. So there are two main qualifications of a guru. Please, this is very important. All of you must take a note of it. Okay, generally we do not have this idea, and that is the reason why we are cheated by all the dhongi babas today, who have come up like mushrooms all over the place. Okay, then they get into some sort of a trouble, and this entire field of spirituality is actually tarnished. That impression is actually bad, that okay, all the dhongi baba, all the babas are like that. It's not like that. Okay, so because people are not approaching the right spiritual master, a bona fide spiritual master, so there are two qualifications of a guru. The first qualification, that a guru should come in a disciplic succession, that is, he should come in a guru shishya parampara. Okay, so when I say disciplic succession, it means that, say, my guru should have a guru, and his guru should also have a guru, and his guru's guru should also have a guru, right? Like that, we go on and on and on, and we can trace back this. Finally, it should end at Krishna. Okay, like that. So if you have a look at the Bhagavad Gita as it is, the hard copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is, I presume that all of you must be having it with you, okay, by now. So if you turn to page number 30, right, we can see that entire Guru Shishya Parampara has been listed, okay, over there. So it's starting right from Srila Prabhupada all the way up to Lord Krishna. That means if you start tracing, say, for example, from me, so okay, so my spiritual master, then his spiritual master, my spiritual master, spiritual master, spiritual master, like that, if you go on and on and on, it will ultimately, end in Krishna's, right, on Krishna's lotus feet. Because all the Vedic knowledge, he is the source of all the Vedic knowledge, right? From him, actually, it's, coming, actually. So this is the first qualification of a guru. That means they should come in a bona fide Guru Shishya Parampara or a disciplic succession, which should ultimately culminate in Krishna. Okay. Second, he should understand the essence of all the Vedic scriptures. In short, a guru, he should know everything, all the Vedas, right? They should be able to guide you. Okay. So these are the two qualifications of a bona fide spiritual master. Okay. And why should one, approach a bona fide spiritual master? Okay, to solve the perplexities which we are in. Okay, we have seen that the life is not very simple. Okay, people who do not understand the real problems of life will always be put into perplexities. Okay, in situations similar to what Arjun is facing right now. Okay, and in order to solve those perplexities, one has to approach a bona fide spiritual master and also to understand the science of the solution. Okay, so for example, I'm approaching someone, I know, okay, that, okay, this is the solution, okay, but then how can I execute that? How do I execute that? What is, the science behind that? Okay, so for that, you have to approach a bona fide spiritual master. Okay, so solutions are given, right? That, okay, in a very simple example, okay, that we can say is that we have seen that in Kali Yuga, the chanting of holy names is something that can deliver you from the cycle of life and death. Okay, so one theoretical concept is given that the ultimate goal of human life is to break the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Okay, but then how to do it? Okay, that is something which a bona fide spiritual master will guide you through. Okay, he will tell you that, okay, what that you will have to chant either the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or if you are going to some another sampradaya, they might be having some other names, okay, to chant. But they will be giving you that, okay, by chanting this name, you will be able to perfect your human life. Okay, and what is the science behind that chanting? Why are we asking you to chant? Okay, so that will be also explained by that person. Okay, so it's not that I'm just putting a blind faith on someone, that okay, I consider you as my guru, and whatever you will speak, I'll like agree to that. No, it's not going to happen that way. Okay, so that is the basic qualification of a guru, that he should know everything, and on the basis of that knowledge, what they should do, they should be giving you the solution to your perplexities, and also the science behind that solution they should be able to explain. Okay, tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya updekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Okay, in the fourth chapter, I think 32nd verse, Krishna says that just approach a spiritual master and serve him in a very most humble and a loyal way. Okay, because people who have seen the truth can show you the truth, show you the right way. Okay, so this is what the importance of a guru is. Okay, and when we implement the solutions given by the spiritual master wholeheartedly, okay, then we solve the perplexities which we are in. Okay, it's as simple as that. But unfortunately, in today's age of Kali Yuga, like no one even considers, uh, what to speak of, considering taking a guru or surrendering to a bona fide spiritual master. They don't even want to take, the path of spirituality. You ask your mind to, the mind is such a big cheater that them to, you ask it to think about God, it will give you n number of excuses. You ask your mind to think about anything else other than God, it will be engaged. Right? This is our situation today. Okay, so when we are perplexed, we know that everything, we simply forget the goal of our life, and everything becomes blurred. Like just as Arjuna was completely confused that okay, what should I do? Should I fight? Should I not fight? Should I go out and beg to live? Right? And if I fight, then who will be victorious? All these questions were coming in his mind. Right? So spiritual master in this scenario will help us to execute the purpose of life. Okay, and he will help us to understand the science behind the solution. So by implementing the solution, we will solve the perplexities of our life. Okay. So this was about the spiritual master. Another important aspect that we need to say in this verse is the word miserly. Like, who is a miserly person? Okay. So let's see. We'll again read it from the purport of Srila Prabhupada. So he's saying the Kripanas, or the miserly person, waste their time in being overly affectionate for family, society, country, etc. in this material conception of life. One is often attached to family life, namely wife, children, and other members, on the basis of skin disease. Okay, that because of me, my wife is there, my kid is there. This is my home. This is my car. This is my residential apartment, and all these things. These are all extended attachments, basically. Okay. So Kripana thinks that he is able to protect his family members from death, or Kripanas think that the family or the society can save him from the verge of death. Okay, this is the bodily conception of life. That once we are in this body and we are so illusioned by Maya that it's very hard for us to believe that ultimately everything has to end one day. Okay, we know this as a fact. Theoretically, we know that, but we simply choose to ignore it. Okay, we never prepare for that actually. So Arjun could understand this, that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from death were the causes of his perplexities. Okay, although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him, still on account of his miserly weakness, he could not discharge his duties. Okay, so this is the meaning of a miserly person, that one who is overly attached to the family members. Okay, and and also Srila Prabhupada actually compares such a person to animals. Okay, like cats and dogs. I think he mentioned somewhere. Hmm, let me see. Yes, such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals who take care of children also. Okay, so you just like any, if you go to you look at any other lower animal, lower species of life like cats and dogs or any other animal for that matter, they are also very attached to the children and all those things. So if we are also behaving the same way, okay, just because see, animals generally they focus on four things: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Okay, if you look at our own lives, okay, we are also doing the same thing, okay, just in a little more sophisticated way. Why do we earn so much? Okay, why do we spend so much time in our offices or on any work that we do in our business, in our office, or whatever we do, and we work really hard? Okay, why? So that at the end of the day we are paid nicely, and if we are paid nicely, then we can eat nicely, we can sleep nicely, we can mate nicely, and we can defend nicely. Ultimately it boils down to these four activities only, okay, which animals are also performing, and trust me, they are performing better than us. Okay, we are simply doing it in a more sophisticated way. Okay, a dog is eating out in the open, but we dine in a fine dining restaurant. Okay, that's the only difference. Okay, but essentially these four things. So if as humans we are also performing only these four activities without spending time on trying to find the solutions to the actual problems of life, without trying to get into the uh, you know uh, the self realization aspect of life, okay, then what is the difference between us and the animals? What is the use of this human body, the advanced brain that we have got? Okay, so that's why Srila Prabhupada is comparing such people who are completely blind towards self realization as dogs and cats and dogs, animals, lower species of life. Okay, that even after having a human body they are simply wasting it just like anything. Okay, so this is the like overview for the chapter 2, shloka number 7. We'll go to the next shloka. Okay, I see Samanvita Mataji, Rupesh Prabhu, and Shweta Mataji, you have also joined. Will you be able to read, any one of you?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Today, if you can just ask others to read, me and Prabhu are actually in between something, so just listening.
Okay.
Yeah. Hare
Okay, no
Krishna.
worries.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I'm okay to read this sloka and purport. Yeah.
Okay, so Mataji will not be reading the purports today because purports are really long. So you can just try to read the shloka and the translation. Okay. Do you need my help or you can try yourself?
I'll try, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Nahi prapashyami mamapanudhyad yaccho kamuchoshanam mindriyanam avapya bhubhava sapatnabrudyam rajyam suranamapi chadhipatyam.
Very nice, Mataji. Please
Thank
read
you. Yeah. Translation: I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it, even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So another very important verse. What is the context? Okay, now in this verse, we see that Arjuna is actually further trying to convince Krishna, okay, that please be my spiritual master and please instruct me, okay, because in the last verse we saw that okay, he's surrendering and he has also given what to say, forcibly he's trying to convince, okay, that Shishyasteham Chadi Mam Tvam Prapannam. I am a soul surrendered unto you. You are my spiritual master. You are my guru. Please instruct me. So now he is giving further, trying to convince Krishna even further. Okay, and he says that here that no one else other than him is there who can take care of Arjuna, or who can take him out of this situation, take Arjuna out of this situation. Okay, so he's trying to convince Krishna further. Okay, and Arjuna emphasizes by saying that even if he has the opulence of an unrivaled kingdom, okay, in this entire Bhuloka, or he has the opulence or the positions of a demigod, okay, Devis and Devatas of the higher planetary system, even then he will not be at peace. And now this is a very, like heavy words that he is using. Unrivaled kingdom means that, it's a, like what to say? Unrivaled kingdom means that there is no opposition from anyone at any point of time. Okay, now just imagine, if a king who has no opposition from anyone at any point of time, that is something which we can only imagine, that situation. So even that kind of situation is not, good enough to give, Arjun the mental peace that he is looking for. Okay, so he's saying that whether I get an unrivaled kingdom in this Bhuloka, or whether I get, kingdom which is equal in opulence to that of Devis and Devatas of the higher planetary systems, still I will not be at peace. So please help me, please instruct me, Krishna. Okay, that is what he's saying. So what is the learning that we can take away from this verse? That everyone today is running in one direction. And what is that? Money. Right? And there was one, I think there was a Bollywood song in the 1980s which was, made, and it was actually made on this part only. आगे आगे वो चले पीछे सारी दुनिया, दिन न देखे रात न देखे पीछे पड़ी है दुनिया. और नहीं कोई और नहीं, वो तो है रुपया. Okay, so this is exactly the situation of all of us. Economic development, material comfort, luxuries, right? All these things are just, people are crazy after this, and we see that, it's increasing day by day, especially after COVID. People have literally gone crazy. The industrialists, all the, big organizations, they are just mad after profits. Okay, they are just, like cutting down on their expenses like anything, and they are simply, like they are blinded by this, the desire to accumulate more and more money. Okay, so but why? But if do we think that these things are actually the right solution to all these the perplexities of life? Okay, because it's not like money cannot solve all these problems. The perplexities will be there. Even if you have money, you will be anxious, either how to save it or how to multiply it. Okay, that anxiety will be there. So it's not a solution to this problem. Okay, because if money had the solution, or the material comforts of life, or the luxuries, if they had the solution to the problems which Arjun is facing right now, okay, he would not have said that, even unrivaled kingdom, or some, the kingdom with an opulence of the demigods will, not make him happy. He will not be at peace with all these things. Okay, cannot provide him peace. So, right. So even if the supremacy of the heavenly planet, he says that I'll not be at peace, and we are running behind material luxuries. Okay, thinking that they will solve, and the problems of our life, and in this way we ignore the real problems of our life. Okay, so since last verse we have been saying that what are the real problems of our lives, we are trying to understand that. Okay, so there are 4 real problems. Okay, one is janma, that is birth. Second is mrityu, that is death. Third is jara, that is old age. And fifth is vyadhi, that is disease. Okay, no one wants to be born. Like if you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, I think in the 3rd canto or 4th canto, somewhere it is mentioned, 3rd or 4th canto, where entire description of the infant which is present in the womb of the mother, the situation of that infant is mentioned. Okay, so when the infant is in the womb of the mother, they are able to see Paramatma within their hearts. Okay, and they are able to communicate with him, right? And at that time, like that infant is in a very miserable condition. Okay, externally the mother might be very happy for the motherhood, or that she is going to become a mother, but that spirit soul who is in the womb of that mother is very, very reluctant to come out, right? He piteously prays to the Paramatma in the heart that I don't want to go back again there in the material world. Please take me out of this. And at that point, Paramatma actually gives the instructions that okay, you just go there, you practice bhakti, and you can come back to me. Okay, and in that piteous state, right, crying, that infant in the womb of the mother promises, all of us have gone through that. Okay, make no mistake about it. Okay, all of us have gone through this phase. Just that we have made a promise to Krishna when we were in the wombs of our mother, that, oh Krishna, this time, pakka, once I get out, I will start practicing bhakti very seriously. And after this lifetime, I'll come back to you. But as soon as we come out, we are just shrouded by Maya's potency and we just forget Krishna immediately. Okay? We don't even remember, right, what the time that we spent in the womb of the mother. But all of us have made that promise. Okay? So people who think, that some people are become very proud that, once they start practicing bhakti, after practicing bhakti for some time, they become very proud that, अरे मैं तो जाप कर रहा हूँ, मैं तो भगवत गीता पढ़ रहा हूँ, like that. No, sir, you are not doing anything special. You are just meeting expectations. You made that promise, and you are simply, trying to live up to that promise. Okay, we are already late in, executing this actually. Ideally, we should have started doing bhakti right from childhood, but we spent, I don't know about others, but at least for me, I spent good 37, 38 years of my life. Okay, just wasted it like that. Okay. So no one wants to be born, but we have to take birth. Okay, that is the first problem. Mrityu, once we come to this material world, no one wants to die. Okay, so just see the Maya potency of Krishna. Okay, so once you don't want to come out, once you are here in this material world, you don't want to go back. No one wants to die, but we have to die. Okay, no one wants to grow old, but we have to grow old, right? Jara, right? And similarly, Vyadhi. No one wants to fall ill, no one wants to fall sick, but we have so many diseases all around us. Okay, so these are the four problems of our lives. How to solve them? Okay, the only solution to these four problems is to break the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Go back home, back to Krishna in Golok, Vrindavan, or any of the other Vaikuntha planets for that matter, and live an eternal life full of happiness, bliss, and knowledge. Right? What is stopping us from doing that? Especially at ISKCON, this whole process has been made so simple by Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Right? You simply sing in the kirtan, you simply dance in the kirtan, you eat tasty prasadam, you chant Hare Krishna, read the Bhagavad Gita, go back home, back to Krishna. What is the problem? Where is the problem? Where is the difficulty? Prabhupada used to say, right? So these are the four problems of our lives that we have to focus on. Okay, and what is the solution? The solution Prabhupada mentions in the purport. I'll read it from there. So what Prabhupada is saying here is the problems of material existence, birth, old age, disease, and death cannot be countered by accumulation of wealth and economic development. In many parts of the world, there are states which are replete with all the facilities of life, which are full of wealth and economically developed, yet problems of material existence are still present. They are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna or the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which constitute the signs of Krishna, to a bona fide representative of Krishna or a man in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so here he gives another qualification for a bona fide representative or a bona fide guru. What is Prabhupada saying? That person should know the signs of Krishna or the signs of Krishna consciousness. Okay, and very nicely in the purport also he is giving some references from Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Lord Chaitanya is saying, Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi Shudra Kene Noy Jai Krishna Tattva Vita Shai Guru Hoy. Okay, that means it does not matter whether a person is a Vipra or a Brahmana, learned scholar, okay, or born in a lower family, or is in the renounced order of a life, or is a sannyasi. Okay, if he is a master of science of Krishna, if he knows the science of Krishna, right, if he knows the science of Krishna consciousness, okay, then he is a perfect spiritual master. Okay, so this is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Chaitanya has made this statement. Okay, and then a similar, like kind of sloka comes in the Padma Purana. Okay, what it says here is Sat Karma Nipuno Vipro Mantra Tantra Visharada Vaishnava Guru Nasyad Vaishnava Shvapacho Guru. Okay, that means a scholarly Brahmana, expert in all subjects of Vedic knowledge, is unfit to become a spiritual master without being a Vaishnava or expert in the science of Krishna consciousness. Okay, but a person born in the lower caste can become a spiritual master if he is a Vaishnava or Krishna conscious. Okay, this is a statement of Padma Purana. Okay, So today we are actually, this entire caste system in our society is just a distant remnant of the Varnashram system. Okay, and we think that okay, if someone is born in a Brahmin family, then they are very qualified, or just on the basis of birth we are segregating, right? But our Shastras and even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have, very are clearly opposing this kind of a thought process or this kind of a mindset. Okay, the important thing is that one should know the science of Krishna, the science of Krishna consciousness. Okay, once one who is having this kind of a knowledge is fit to become a spiritual master. It's as simple as that. Okay, so this is what this particular verse talks about. So we'll move on to the next one. Let me share my screen again. Okay, I'm so sorry. I lost my internet connection in between. Did I? Did you guys lose me at any point of time while I was explaining the verses? Can anyone please confirm?
No, Prabhuji, you told you'll share your screen for the next verse.
Okay, fill the share screen. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, share the screen again. Just give me a moment. I'll get the charger. Let me share again. So in the ninth verse, now Sanjaya is speaking to Dhritarashtra. Okay, what he's saying? Sanjay Uvacha Evam Uktva Rishikesham Gudakesha Parantapah Na Yotsya iti Govinda Muktva Tushnim Babhuvaha. Which means, Sanjay said, having spoken thus, Arjun, chastiser of the enemies, told Krishna, "O Govinda, I shall not fight," and fell silent. Okay, so we will see what this verse means. Interesting verse also, very, like kind of, what to say, not a very direct references are being used, but subtle hints are given by Sanjay to Dhritarashtra. Okay, we will see here. So Arjuna has surrendered to Krishna. We have seen that, and he said that, okay, I surrender unto you, Sishyasteham Chadhimam Tvam Prapannam. You are my guru. No one else can help me. I am a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. Okay, this is what Arjun has told Krishna. Okay, and now he's saying that, oh Krishna, you just instruct me. I'll not fight. Okay, this he has, said, and he just fell silent after that. Okay. So Sanjay, who was actually watching all this happen on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, is actually narrating this, like scene by scene to Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra, after hearing this, feels very happy. Okay, he thinks that okay, Arjun will surely give up, and he will not fight in this battle, and his sons will actually become victorious automatically. They will get the kingdom. Okay. But however, Sanjay was a very obedient servant of Dhritarashtra. Okay, he doesn't want his master to be in any kind of an illusion. Okay, so he says that. So Sanjay actually starts describing what actually is happening on the battlefield. Okay, so that Dhritarashtra may come out of the illusion, and understand that okay, his sons are not going to win. Okay, this is the main concept behind this. So we see here that this particular verse, or the translation of this verse, is very simple. Okay, like Sanjay has said, spoken thus, Arjun, chastiser of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. Okay, now this is the point where we need to read between the lines. Okay, and this can be done only with the help of our acharyas. Okay, the bona fide acharyas of ISKCON, who can give us insight into this Sanskrit shlokas. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult for us to understand. Okay. So first thing, we will see that the word Parantapa is used. Parantapa is used for Arjun. Okay. So what does the word Parantapa means? Parantapa means the afflictor of the enemies, or competent to kill one's enemies. Okay. That person is known as Parantapa. Okay. So Sanjay is indicating that Arjun is competent to kill his enemies. Okay. So there is no clear chance that your son will be victorious. Okay, it's just a matter of time. Krishna is going to take charge, and finally he will bring back Arjun to his right consciousness. Okay, so Arjun at this moment, although he was completely lost and completely confused, okay, lamenting and bewildered, and his mind was taking him for a ride, but in this situation he did the best thing. Okay, that he surrendered to Krishna. He surrendered to the lotus feet of Krishna. And what happens when one surrenders to the lotus feet of Krishna? Okay, effects of the surrender. One, that he will soon be free from false lamentation. Okay. Two, he will be enlightened in the perfect knowledge of self-realization. Okay. And three, he will be reinstantiated back into his dharma or duty and will fight. Okay. So we see here in the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning these 3 points. This indicated that he would soon be free from false lamentation resulting from family affection, and would be enlightened with perfect knowledge of self-realization or Krishna consciousness, and would then surely fight. Okay, so these are the 3 effects. When anyone, not just Arjun, but anyone for that matter, surrenders unto the lotus feet of Krishna. Okay. So how do we understand that Sanjay is indicating this? Because in the verse we don't see any, like Sanjay clearly saying, speaking out these things to Dhritarashtra. Okay, but he's giving subtle hints. Okay, he's giving subtle, like indications. How does he do that? By using some terms. Okay, what are those terms? First, that he is using the term Rishikesha and Gudakesha. Okay, I think we have discussed these names earlier in the earlier verses as well. Can anyone recall what is the meaning of Rishikesha and Gudakesha? Anyone?
Rishikesha means the master of senses. Lord
Yes,
Krishna.
controller of the senses. Very nice. And Gudakesha? So Gudakesha means one who has conquered sleep or ignorance. Okay. So Arjun had conquered both. Basically, he had conquered sleep or ignorance, and both ignorance. Okay. So both sleep and ignorance. So Rishikesha and Gudakesha. So when Sanjay says that Gudakesha spoke to Rishikesha, Arjuna spoke to Krishna. So Rishikesha, who is the controller of the senses of all the living entities, he is going to control the senses of Arjuna as well. Okay, and soon he will enlighten Arjuna and manifest his intelligence so that he comes back to his senses and starts fighting again. Okay, so that is one thing which he is indicating by using Rishikesha, that he is the controller of the senses, and very soon he is going to control the senses of Arjuna as well. He is going to bring him back. He will manifest his intelligence and reinstantiate Arjuna to his dharma, the Kshatriya dharma of fighting, actually. Okay. Also, Arjun is Gudakesha. We know that Arjun is Gudakesha. Okay, so he has already conquered ignorance. So, like in one of the previous verses in the first chapter, also, like this word Gudakesha came, and at that time, I think I had explained. But okay, that he had conquered both sleep and ignorance. Okay, a very nice thing to do, but yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Yeah. So Rishikesha will not have much to do. He has already conquered ignorance, so what? He just needs some little kick, and then he will be back again. Okay. So Sanjay uses the word Rishikesha and Gudakesha. Okay. He also uses a set of words Govindam and Parantapa. So Govinda, like there are many meanings of Govinda. One who gives pleasure to the senses. Go means senses, and Vinda who gives pleasure to the senses. Or Go means cow, and Vinda means one who gives pleasure to the cows. Okay. So similarly, there is another meaning. Go means Vedas, and Vinda means knower. Okay. So Vedas means every knowledge. Entire knowledge is like encapsulated within the Veda. Okay. So Vedas means everything. So one who is a knower of everything, or the knower of the Vedas, is going to help Arjun to understand his dharma. Okay. So who can stop Arjun from fighting after that? Okay. So he's going to reinstantiate Arjun to his dharma of a Kshatriya, and very soon Arjun is going to fight again. Okay. And anyways, we have seen already that Arjun is a Parantapa. He is capable, he is competent to kill his enemies. So again, Krishna will not have much to do. Okay. Arjun is a very qualified warrior, in his own rights. And very soon he will be reinstantiated into his position of fighting. So by using these key terms in this particular shloka, Sanjay is indicating that soon Gudakesha or Arjun or Parantapa, like he will come out of the lamentation, okay, and with the help of Rishikesha, and he'll be very soon going to fight. And so there is no reason for Dhritarashtra to remain in any kind of illusion that his sons will emerge victorious in this particular battle of Kurukshetra. Okay. So this is the kind of explanation which we have for the verse number 9. Okay. So this brings us to the end of this particular session, discussing the verse by verse section. Now I'll try to open the stage for question and answers. If there are any questions, any realizations that you all like to share, please do so. Anyone? Okay. If that is the case, then I'll take that as a no. You don't have any questions, no queries. You can always reach out to me personally. Okay. I mean, I'm always available, at least for this batch of students. So just please feel free to drop me a message. Okay. I'll just, respond. And just to reiterate, next week we might not be having the classes because of my traveling schedule. So let's see. I hope that from next month onwards, things become a little more stable, and we get back to again, discussing 4 or 5 shlokas. Okay. So with that, I would like to end this session. Thank you so much all for attending. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.